channel after news channel after news channel. Ever wonder why they report the same news? This is Wake Up America.
Brought to you by Citizen Stringer.
The media has become absolute lunacy. What makes us different? We just tell the truth. Daily headlines, politics, social issues, focusing on headlines that the mainstream media ignores. Conservative to the core and honest, sometimes to a fault. Unapologetically American. Welcome to Wake Up America with your host, Stephen Oatley.
Yay! How you guys doing? Let me make sure my audio's on. It is good. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Steve. The show's called Wake Up America. It's going to be a quick one, all right? And this is going to be it. I'm not going to be live again today because I am tired. Okay, last night I was live until about 11 or so. I don't remember. I got home by, 11:30. And then remember I was drinking a soda. How stupid was that, huh? Because I couldn't fall asleep till like 1:30, 2 o'clock. And then my dogs woke me up at 5:30 this morning. Actually, before, it was like 5:20. And so I'm exhausted. But I had to come to work. I, like a normal person, especially someone that works for themselves, you would have been like, well, you know what? I'll just sleep for an extra hour and I'll be good and I'll be able to get everything done. No. Because I didn't get shit done yesterday that I wanted to because we were talking about news, and the day before because I wanted to. So if I actually got a lot done this morning. I was very productive. I do have an order of coffee because apparently in my slumber the other day, and I say slumber because I was tired, I guess, on Tuesday when I packaged all the coffee. Sorry, Thelma. I messed up and only sent you one French roast, pardon my French blend, when you ordered 3. So I'm going to the post office right after this, dropping this off for you. And then I have a meeting at my bank at 4 o'clock, and then I get to go home and empty the cargo trailer that we have there, the other trailer. And because I'm selling it, yeah, I'm selling the vending trailer because I just bought a new one. I bought a bigger one. Because I tell you what, remember what I said? You guys can't, you gotta know I'm serious as shit's like shit on a shingle. I don't know what that means. I don't even know why I said that. Isn't that like an old, like my dad used to say that shit, I think? Wasn't that a food? I don't remember. I don't even know where that came from. That's what happens when I'm tired. I say goofy things. But yeah, so on Monday, I'm driving down to Georgia to pick up a new trailer. I'm going to have to do some modifications to it myself, but it's all blacked out. It's going to look dope as shit with Citizen Stringer. We fight fake news with facts, like all down the side. Yeah, American flags. Oh, fuck yeah. And then we'll hit up every single Trump rally. The front of the RV is going to be a full production studio, so we could do live streams and all that stuff straight from it. The back end is going to be a free coffee vending right out of the side of it, so it's going to be dope as shit. And we got a really good deal. So, and I'll give a big shout out. They gave me such a good deal. They're actually going to have their logo on the side of the trailer as a sponsor. That's how good of a deal I got on this damn trailer, because I'm a business guy, so it's a 7.5 by 20, I believe. So it's, 8 feet longer than the trailer I have now, and tandem axle instead of single. So that's good. So I'm happy about that. Big story today. Everyone's talking about it. Elon Musk. Elon Musk is doing what everyone said he was going to do, a hostile takeover. But Fox News, Wall Street Journal is reporting something very interesting. They're running the title right now. Elon Musk offers to buy rest of Twitter at a valuation of more than $43 billion, which is what everybody knows. But they ran an article, and I can't read it because I don't have a membership and I'm not paying for the Wall Street Journal. It sucks. But they have Twitter weighs poison pill to ward off advance. I don't know what the fuck that means. And it doesn't say anything. So maybe someone else that has a Wall Street Journal, thing could talk about that. What the fuck does that even mean? Weighs poison pill. So what are they going to do? I don't know. So anyway, Elon Musk has made an offer to buy all of Twitter to eventually take it private, which is valued at $43 billion, I believe. He's offering $54 a share when the market closed yesterday, I think at 46. I don't know what it is now. I don't really care, to be honest. But you gotta say, I mean, this is pretty fucking boss. Like this dude's like, you know what? I'm tired of the censorship. I'm stupid rich. I'm going to stop this. And I'm going to stop this. And to be honest, he said today during his TED Talk, Elon Musk said, free speech is when someone you don't like is allowed to say something you don't like. Like, you can't get more of a perfect statement. Like, listen to this shit.
There's free speech is someone you don't like allowed to say something you don't like. And if that is the case, then we have free speech. And it's damn annoying when someone you don't like says something you don't like. That is a sign of a healthy, functioning, free speech situation.
And he's 100% correct. Like, everybody could talk about, like, oh, what an evil person he is. He's using all his riches to buy social media instead of, donating that money to the home. Like, that's the thing that's the craziest to me, is that people are seriously arguing that he should, instead of doing what he's doing, he should be donating that money to the less fortunate. What? And matter of fact, he is. What do you think he's doing by buying Twitter? He's doing what all of us wish we had the ability to do, is buy out Twitter and make it so everyone actually has the freedom to say what he wants. And you can't just censor someone because you don't like what they have to say. He's right. Free speech is when someone you don't like is allowed to say something you don't like, and you're not stopping that. So, but now it's not even about free speech to these people. They just want total domination and control. So someone said you could barely hear it. Well, whatever. I don't care. I'm not playing it again. I just told you. So, because that's exactly what he said. Elon Musk said free speech is when somebody you don't like is allowed to say something you don't like, which is very, very, very true. So, yeah. That's about it. I don't really know. I know this afternoon, I think in San Francisco, where the fuck Twitter is based, they're having a big meeting. The board of directors met this morning to determine what they're going to do. And apparently the Wall Street Journal saying they're doing a poison pill. I don't even know what the fuck that would involve. But in order to try to stop him from doing it. And what he said this morning in his offer is, he's like, I'm offering to buy it at $54 per share, which is $8 more per share than what it's actually valued at and what it closed at. And then he said, essentially, if you don't do that, then I'm going to have to reconsider my position in the company, which a lot of people took to mean that he's going to pull his money out. No. What I believe that means is that he would actually go on and just keep buying more shares, and take over, especially if he's already lined up $43 billion, in liquid. And granted, he doesn't have that. Like, a lot of the analysts were saying, oh, he's going to have to take some from Tesla. He's going to have to take some from SpaceX and do all that stuff. But I don't know. Someone said usually you can't rate a poison pill into a contract retroactively, but it's common practice in mergers and acquisitions. So what does that saying mean, Julius? I don't even know. Maybe I should look it up and say, what is a poison pill? What is a pill in business? Let's see. A poison pill is a defense tactic utilized by a target company to prevent or discourage hostile takeover attempts. Poison pills allow existing shareholders the right to purchase additional shares at a discount, effectively diluting the ownership interest of a new hostile party. Gotcha. Oh, I see what they're doing. So they're basically flooding. They ready more shares out, That's interesting. That tells you something. Poison pill is a psychology-based defensive technique where the minority shareholders are protected from an unprecedented takeover or hostile management change by using techniques to increase the cost of acquisition to a very high level and create disincentives if a takeover or management changes happen to alter the decision maker's mind. Huh. It's interesting. Not that I really give a shit, I wish Elon Musk would be like, hey, Steve, your coffee idea is great. Here's $500 million. Go make me rich. Granted, he doesn't talk like a Russian, so I don't know. If they dilute the shares, he could just buy more, somebody else said. Well, we'll have to wait and see. Musk isn't stupid, though. I'm curious to see how all this works out. Bring back free speech. Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting, because I don't think we'd see some of the stuff that's going on. Could you imagine if he buys Twitter and then just says, you know what, Mark Zuckerfuck, I'm taking to Facebook too. Can you imagine that? And a lot of people are like, and then I was like, well, I was wondering myself, I'm like, do you think that Mr. Donald old Trumpo contacted him? He's like, hey, Elon, you're the face of this. I got you financially. Let's do it. You just got to make sure you reinstate my account. And then someone else, they were arguing on Fox News and whether Donald Trump would even go back on Twitter if he was permitted, because now he has Truth Social that nobody uses. Donald Trump hasn't even tweeted on his own platform. From what I understand, I'm not on Truth Social. And just like Getter, like I'm deleting Getter quick as shit. For one, they won't verify me. I asked them to several times so I could live stream. That's what we do. And secondly, every single day I get push notifications, even though I've turned them off several times, about nude pictures from fucking bots. Like by the dozens every single day. And I know what everybody did. Everybody was doing, building all this stuff up to have some big riotous occasion. I don't know. It's just stupid. Someone said Mercado is going to Grand Rapids. Good. Hopefully people go and see him wearing the Mercado shirt that we made. If stuff does pop off tonight, I will not be here because I'm going to be sleeping. Tomorrow I'll be here all day working. Saturday, I have some stuff to do in the store. Sunday, I'll be driving. Monday, I'll be driving. And probably Tuesday, I'll be sleeping from driving all the time. Monday, it's a 10-hour drive from here to go get the trailer. And apparently it turns out they may all be fans of the show. You may be watching now, and I'm not even saying your company name, okay, until that trailer is in my possession. Not even saying nothing. But yet, I'll give them a huge fucking shout out after. Once I get it. Someone said you didn't get a notification. Well, yet here you are. So that's great. The pics are from your browsing history. Ha ha ha. I don't know. Someone said about a 9-hour trip for him. I don't know what you're talking about. And no, I'm not going to Ohio next week either. It's my, for the Trump rally, it's my kid's 7th birthday and my in-laws are coming to town. So even though we're going to see him next weekend, we're going to see him on Sunday. Because on Sunday, my wife wants to spend the night. She thinks she's going to be able to convince me to do it. The fuck she is. Nope, we're going to drive straight up. 4.5 hours up. We're going to enjoy Easter with her big extended family for an hour or two and then jump back in the car. I got my kids back finally. I'll be honest, that's part of the reason why I feel like I miss my kids. I haven't seen them, since last Thursday night. So I kind of miss them. I'm ready. I mean, I've seen them on FaceTime and all that shit, but I miss them. I want my kids home. But that's it. I don't really know what else. There's not a lot of new news that I've been paying attention to. If you've seen citizenstringer.com today, way different. Right? I don't know how many of you guys actually looked at that website or how many of you actually look at it in general. But citizenstringer.com, whole new design, whole new everything. There's now forums on that page as well. I'm going to be doing a whole bunch more work to it. That's what I spent this morning doing. And April knows I've been saying that I'm going to do this for several, days now, and I just haven't had time. Like you could still see some of the custom ad boxes that I didn't fix yet, which now I have to. But yeah, so it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. But yeah, it's just been a long day. I wanted to come up and just let you guys know real quick that I'm not going to be live tonight. I was shown the Johnny Depp trial, and I saw people on Citizen Stringer that were super mad that I was doing that because they turned it off. They don't care. That Johnny Depp trial actually has something very interesting, and it does pertain directly to me, which pertains to you guys. That trial is taking place in Virginia. As a result of that trial and the frivolous lawsuits back and forth, they have passed legislation that strengthens the anti-SLAPP rules and regulations, the anti-SLAPP legislation, which is the frivolous lawsuit legislation here. So this case actually has a lot of consequence for anyone who is facing a frivolous lawsuit. And if we want to try to recover our money and all the money we're spending on attorneys and stuff. For anyone that doesn't know, we're currently being sued by 2 companies that are all the same company and the same scumbag behind them for our reporting on a shady ass company called Nexus Services out of Staunton, Virginia. They're suing us for a total of $5.5 million. And they're just trying to, we have them on videotape, on previous cases where they say they just try to file lawsuits against people because it costs them money, It costs them money. It doesn't cost them anything, he says. It costs us money. So it is what it is. We just keep doing it, keep dealing with it. But someone said, I can't get the videos to load in the app. Okay, so everyone who keeps sending me messages and saying that, here's the simple instructions. And when you email me, I'm going to tell you to do the same thing. Delete the app from your phone, go back to the store, either iTunes or Google Play, and re-download it. That is what the issue is. They did an update, and it was supposed to be a push notification update to everybody. If you notice too, you're going to have updates on Roku, Amazon, all that, everywhere where our app is, there's updates for it. So you have to do it. It solves the push notification issues where people aren't getting push notifications when I go live because I send them. And so you have to delete the app. If you can't watch the videos on citizenstringer.com or .tv, delete the app, or on the app, delete it, and then re-download it, sign back in, and you should be good to go. And if you're not at that point, then you can give me a call, or you can send me an email, and I'll reply with the next step, which is, 1, send me a screenshot of what you're seeing, because then I could tell whether you've updated the app or not. And then if you have, then I say, okay, what email are you logging into? And then usually you realize you're logging in with the wrong email, and it's not my fault, it's your fault, because you can't pay attention to simple things. But it's crazy. Crazy stuff, man. But someone said Nexus Services or Nexus Services. Libre by Nexus is one of them. They just want to break you money-wise. Oh, yeah, how's that working for them? Just bought a new trailer, new truck, new house. Yeah. Can't break me financially. Not going to work. We have just as much time as they have. Didn't Musk mention about turning Twitter into a private company if he gets Twitter? He did. Yep. And that was actually in his, that was his reason for wanting to acquire the company, because he wants to take it private so he can make some major changes that he won't be able to do, apparently, if they're stockholders, which essentially means that he wants to take it back to what it should be, where people aren't getting censored for having an opinion that differs from the people that are in control. Because that's what they do. I mean, didn't Twitter yesterday ban libs of TikTok? The only thing libs of TikTok does is retweets liberal TikToks. That's all they do. And they got banned for hateful content, from what I understand. I don't know if it still does it, but that. Subway shooting suspect being treated better than January 6th suspects makes me sick. Yeah, there's no evidence of that. So yeah, there's no evidence of him being treated better or any regard. And why is it that everyone always compares every single thing to the January 6th, suspects, the January 6th rioters, the January 6th defendants, whatever you want to call them, the people that committed crimes? Because make no mistake, there's not a single person that, to the best of my knowledge, there's not a single person that is currently in custody. There's only about 30 of them left. To the best of my knowledge, there's not a single person that is in custody right now that entered that building legally. Yes, there's still other people that are out on bail and stuff, and that's hopefully the judicial system works. But the people that are in jail right now are people that either, one, were being super out there, like you have all the people that were arrested and charged with conspiracy. What is it, 16 or 32 of them? Again, guys, I'm a patriot just as much as everybody else, even though I hate that word now. But I'm never going to side with disorder. I'm not going to side and say, well, someone's patriotic, even though they're breaking down windows and wiping shit on the Capitol, walls. I'm never going to do that. I'm never going to do that. If I condemn that kind of actions from the left, I must and I have to. It's my job and it's my role as an American to condemn it when it's done by the right. There is no way you can justify it based on political ideology, because if you do, then you can't be pissed off that other people are justifying their horrible actions based on their warped political ideology. And that should make sense. Someone said, if you are being waved in by police, and yes, those people that were waved in by police, we saw it. Again, I broadcasted what happened at the Capitol on January 6th live. We had camera crews that I paid to be there filming. Those people that walk through when the officers, they're walking through where the officers are holding the doors, those are not the people that are currently in custody. They are not. They are not. You know, and I think a lot of people just forget that. Some said no handcuffs, no shackles. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see it today. At his arraignment, he had no handcuffs and no shackles on. That could be a court policy. That could be a policy inside that particular courtroom, because the judge is the one who sets that it's not up to police. It's not up to the Department of Justice. It's up to the judge. The judge can make the determination that someone can't come in wearing handcuffs and shackles, because some judges feel that's dehumanizing. Some judges, in fact, will not even allow you into the courtroom while you're wearing prison clothes. They require you to wear street clothes to come into the courtroom because they feel that it lessens your chance of being respected, especially in jury trials. Especially in jury trials. They are putting and keeping them in solitary, beating the shit out of them. How is that not different? Because again, you don't know what's happening to this guy who was just arrested yesterday, Cindy. You understand? So you can't say that someone is being treated differently when you have no information on whether the person is actually being mistreated. Meaning the person that you're comparing them against. It's like everyone comparing the J6 defendants that are currently locked up in solitary because DC has some warped ass COVID policies in place. You're comparing those people that are locked up for the actions on January 6th versus the two people that were apparently, allegedly impostoring DHS agents. Here's the difference. The prosecution, in the case of these two boneheads that were acting like the Department of Homeland Security agents, these two guys, the state made the case. The prosecution made their case. The defense made their case, provided evidence contrary to what the prosecution stated, and the judge weighed all that evidence and said, you know what? Screw it. The state doesn't have a case here. You haven't even proved a case to be charged, let alone hold them without bail, and that's why he released those people. Doesn't mean that they're not threats or anything, and they've had to surrender and they're on ankle monitoring and all that. But so are 500 other January 6th defendants. The people that are being locked up right now. And again, yes, due process is not being afforded to them from what we understand. Yes, medical care is not being afforded to them and things like that. But you have to be realistic. You can't have one set of standards for one group because you align with them and hold someone else to a completely different set of standards because you don't align with them. Do you understand that's why this country is how it is right now? Last night, and I wish I could, I even told my wife, I'm like, if I ever run for Congress, I'm stealing this kid's speech. There was a young kid that was speaking yesterday during this Frederick County Board of Supervisors meeting that we were watching. And he was speaking, he was a senior in high school, and he's giving a speech, and he's like, we are at a point in this country right now. And here's the thing, because the Frederick County School Board is the Frederick County Board of Supervisors, and they're trying to pull $22 million from $180 million school budget, which is it's gonna cause the school to lose 378 teachers, the school district, or to have all teachers take a 16% pay cut. And the reason why the Republican Board of Supervisors are doing this, which is going to have drastic impacts on kids, is apparently because they don't trust the school board to make rational decisions like budgetary issues based on CRT and all the other same talking points that we've heard for a long time. The problem is that when you penalize a group that doesn't have anything to do with it. And see, I just went way off topic, and I'm not even going there, because yesterday I'm listening to all these kids give speeches about how their school is important and they don't want to lose their teachers. And I'm looking at my wife and I'm seeing she's getting, worked up watching it too. She doesn't want to lose her job. She's not going to work for a 16% pay cut next year. She will go to a different district, or maybe if I can convince her to go be a doctor, because I want her to get her PhD, but she doesn't want to. But we have so many things in life that we have so many things we could piss and moan about, but we choose the weirdest things. Someone said, that's true. It just pisses me off. I know 2 guys in DC prison now that were not there. You said Enrique and Jeremy. Well, Enrique Tarrio. Listen, I don't know Enrique Tarrio. I've only met him once. The guy was an FBI informant, okay? I don't care. He was caught talking to Stuart Rhodes the night before in a parking garage. I have the photo. The Washington Post published the photo. He was caught when he was already told by DC police. For one, he was arrested the day before all this happened, right? That in itself, for carrying a magazine, he has a history of being an FBI informant. Those are all confirmed. And then so many Proud Boys were charged as it relates to all this. And then, yes, sure, they charge him after. They had him in custody. You're telling me that they didn't build a case in that time? The whole thing doesn't make any sense. The whole thing is, and here's my humble opinion. If you want the truth, once a Fed, always a Fed. That's my honest opinion. Once a Fed, always a Fed. So I don't know the Jeremy person you're talking about at all, but I know Enrique Tarrio was in custody. Remember, for taking the blame for burning that BLM flag. He served 60 days, and yeah, he was being mistreated in jail just like everybody else was. We know that. We know that's going on. Congress has talked about it. There's been hearings about it, congressional hearings about it. Nobody's doing anything. But you have to look. You have to, if you want to advocate, for example, there was a guy, Cash Kelly, right? Cash Kelly was being held on solitary confinement. He didn't deserve to be on solitary confinement. You know what he deserved to do? He deserved to not be charged for not going inside the Capitol, because he didn't go inside the Capitol, from what I understand. They charged him with a misdemeanor federal charge for parading and defacing government property because he took a picture near a statue or some shit like that. Misdemeanor charges, but they transferred him. He had his own shit. They revoked his probation. He gave him, a sentence for his previous drug, trial and all the stuff that he was going on. But they shipped him into DC and held him in solitary confinement there. Those are the type of people that we should be fighting for. Those are the type of people that you, Cindy, should be up in arms about. Because those are the people that don't deserve to be in that scenario. Now, I'm not saying he needs to get out of jail. No, he was selling drugs and shit like that. No, go do your time. But I met him too. He was a great dude. Way far cry from the drug dealing, person that he was, years before. Carcass Jim said, Steve, do you support the FBI the same way you support the police? Fuck no, I don't. The FBI is not a real law enforcement agency to me. It's a government. It is a corrupt, militarized arm of the Democratic Party, 100%. And it always has been. Even when Trump was in office, it always has been. The FBI is to me, they're not a, no. No, and it sucks because I've met some good people that have worked for the FBI over the years, and they're good, and they're just doing it for a job. They're not dealing with any of this shit. But no, I don't hold them not even as close as on the same level. Now you still have some. Here's the thing: the FBI is an organization. No. Individual FBI agents? No, of course I respect them just the same as I'd respect any law enforcement officer who's doing their job. But I wouldn't respect them as the bad ones as you know what? So I take it back. You know how I say, I have unconditional support for law enforcement? Not for the FBI. Absolutely not. For the individual agents, yeah, maybe. But no, not as because there's too many things. Look at the Gretchen Whitmer kidnapping thing. We all knew that coming up. We knew how the media was spinning that right away from the very beginning, Because if you paid attention, if you're new here and you don't pay attention to real news, which if you didn't watch our coverage of that Gretchen Whitmer kidnapping, where the people are literally talking about how much they hate Donald Trump, and yet the media is reporting that they're Trump supporters or far-right boogaloos, and saying the boogaloos are far-right when the boogaloos literally provided armed security for BLM protests as they were burning down, federal police stations and shit all across the United States. But apparently they're far-right. They hate police and they hate Trump supporters. But it doesn't make any sense, But look what the FBI did there and the entrapment there. Look at didn't I just read something that it's been confirmed now that there were at least 20 undercover FBI agents that were active in the Capitol, that were active, like rioting with everybody else. Like it's fucking unbelievable. It's unbelievable. But that's my belief. Someone said, please support the People's Convoy. I don't even know where they are anymore. And I'll be honest with you, the People's Convoy lost my support, because they didn't talk about trucking as much as they should have. And I know it wasn't about trucking and it wasn't about the truckers. They should have made it about truckers. And I'm not going to go into why I feel that, because I already have like 15 times. I have a huge, long history in the trucking industry, and they missed a golden opportunity to really shed some light on some of the issues that have been going on, especially with this trucking bloodbath that's going to be happening in the next year or so. New truck orders are down 25%, 24%. So orders of new trucks year over year are down 24%. You know what that means? The only time that's ever happened before was leading up to a recession. And you know what happened? Anytime it happened before was leading up to a recession. And you know what happened or what followed it? A recession. That's it. Our inflation rate's at what? 11.2? Well, wholesale inflation, the wholesale retail rate, up 11% year over year, 11.2%. We're so fucked. The trucking industry is fucked too. Fuel prices keep going up. Diesel's still fucking expensive, over $5 most places. All these things they should have brought the attention to this when they had all the eyes on the trucks. But no, they were protesting COVID. They were protesting mandates as much as everyone should have done it. But they should have, said one thing about mandates, one thing about the trucking industry, one thing about mandates, vaccines, one thing about the trucking industry. And then I would have still supported it, but they didn't. That's my opinion. You may not like it. Someone said Freedom Convoy is great. Shame on the media for censoring it. The media didn't censor it. The media did cover it. And then it became a non-story. That's the truth. You know why? Because when they had these driver meetings in Hagerstown, and don't forget, I was there for 3 days. They had these driver meetings in Hagerstown, and everyone's fighting with each other and yelling back and forth and acting crazy. And the people that were representative of the trucking industry, the people that were representative of the convoy, were not the ones that were speaking to the press, because the press didn't want to speak to them. The press wanted to speak to the way out there Q, the people that were wearing the Q shirts and acting stupid. And that's what they do. It's the same reason when the media goes to Trump rallies, they don't talk to the intelligent people. No, they find they find the people that don't fit fit their checklist of like, oh, you're missing teeth, good. Yo, you're wearing a very offensive shirt, good. You talk funny, good. That's who they talk, because those are the people that are going to spin the narrative. Same thing happened with the trucker convoy, and it sucked. It made me mad. Charles said, "Yep, the bubble is going to pop. I can't wait to buy another house at a discount." Yeah, it's going to. It's definitely going to. Yeah, so with this trailer that I'm going to buy, it's going to be awesome. You know why? Because the front part of it, we're going to have a wall. So the front part of it's going to be a full-on fucking studio. It's going to be so dope. You're just going to be like, your mind's going to explode. So I'll be doing a show from inside that thing. Outside, we'll have cameras outside. We'll have cameras inside. And if we can't get the uplinks and all that, it'll all record and we'll upload it as soon as we have internet. We ain't fucking around anymore. This summer, I'm not going to miss a damn rally, damn political event anywhere. And if there aren't any, I'll be like, hey, I'm in a Walmart parking lot in fucking Tucson, Arizona. Let's go. I'll be there in 2 minutes. Anyway, hold on. Let's see who this is. Buenos noches, House of Pizza. Buenos noches. That's what I thought. Get these fucking telemarketers all the time. Someone said come to the Ohio rally. I can't, because that's in 2 weeks. My kid turned 7. In-laws are coming into town. I am not going to. That's the one thing I'm never going to miss. My I'm never going to miss my kids' birthdays, ever. Charles said, $10 super sticker pair character flying in a blah, blah, blah. Thank you, Charles, for that $10 super chat, man. You're amazing. Yeah. Oh, God. Amanda said, additional 800 million. Fuck. What time? I got to go to the bank, guys. I got to get ready to go to the bank. Thank you for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow at some point. I will not be live tonight at all. I appreciate you all for watching. I didn't see if there were super yeets because I wasn't watching that chat. I did see Charles with the $10 super chat. I'm sorry I can't see the stars. I wish they'd fix this so it would show when people do stars and Twitch bits and all that. But I appreciate everyone for watching. I will see you mañana. That means tomorrow in Spanish. You're welcome.